We live by stories, we grow up hearing them, and we co-create them. And I like to think of the story of Clear Sky as a hero's journey. So, to begin a hero's journey, we need a call to action. Da-da-da-da! I was one of a bunch of meditators living in Japan around the turn of the millennium, and I was thinking, wow, what can I do to be part of a sustainable future? And we thought, gee, we could start a retreat center. Can't be that hard, right? Well, we did it. First, we wrote a list of what we were looking for. We wanted water on the property, we wanted a big piece of property, we wanted to be near an airport to be accessible, and within a couple of years, we made a down payment on a piece of property. That's what we call Clear Sky. So, what is Clear Sky? Clear Sky is a non-profit charity. We were founded a decade ago now, in 2004. We are a learning organization. We're a retreat center where people can come and host their own events. We are a sanctuary for personal retreat work. We offer an online platform for virtual community and signature programs for youth and mindfulness training. So, why did we call it Clear Sky? Clear Sky is a metaphor. It's taken me this long to figure out that there are a lot of things I can't control. So if you look at the picture, it kind of looks clear, but it's not. There are clouds in the sky. There are weather formations. Things come and go, such as life. But always behind the clouds, there's a clear sky. That's the metaphor for why we chose that name. When the going gets tough, we can always choose a radiant state of mind. So in the next part of the hero's journey, what happens? Well, what generally happens is we then move on to the next page. We come in with, following on from our call to action, we decide to let you know that we introduced something additional. So most people are familiar with a triple bottom line: social, financial, and environmental. We decided to add one more. Now, in a hero's journey, there's usually a stage after a call to action where someone just wants to run away. And when I say this word spiritual, that's what I expect a bunch of people are going to do. Spiritual, what's that? Get me out of here. Spiritual, for us, is just recognizing that everything's interconnected. That what happens on our inner plane is exactly what's going to happen on the outer plane. So if we want to take care of what's happening outside, we have to take a look inside. We recognize that the health of a human community depends on the health of the ecosystem. The second thing we did was introduce a CVO, a Chief Visionary Officer, and that is the mentor. In the hero's journey, you need a mentor. Here she is. She is called Catherine, and she's the one who keeps us on track with our mission. So what's our mission? Clear Sky is a center dedicated to transformative change for all beings through an integrated, diverse path of exploration and discovery encompassing all facets of life. It's quite a mouthful. So our CVO challenged us. She challenged us to take our meditation practice off the cushion, to take it out into the world, and to add value. So we thought we'd give it a try. With this in mind, we spearheaded a project to begin restoring, reclaiming grasslands on our property. Why? Grasslands comprise less than 1% of BC's land base, and yet are home to more than 1/3 of BC's endangered and at-risk species. Out of all the grasslands in BC, those in the East Kootenays are under the most pressure due to development. So the next stage in our hero's journey is we meet tests, allies, enemies. We were very fortunate. We were able to form partnerships and have support from many local groups. We were able to work with CBT, the Grasslands Conservation Council, Kiefer Ecological Services, TP Mountain, Rocky Mountain Trench Society, and many more. The results of our efforts after 3 years were evident. Visually, the grasses and native plants were beginning to come back. What was really challenging was we didn't know how we could demonstrate the huge social and intellectual capital that this project had developed. So Michelle Chareau, formerly from Enterprising Nonprofits, introduced us to this tool called Demonstrating Value. And I encourage anyone in this room who hasn't seen it and is working with intangibles to check it out. The website is www.demonstratingvalue.org. It's a great resource. There are many different ways to put together something that could meet your needs. So the Grasslands project really opened up the need for us to form an approach. We went, wow, we're doing this, and it opened up a whole lot of holes. We realized that we needed to connect it in and integrate it into our plan. So we began a land use plan, we began a green building project, we needed to create team charters in order to work together, we needed a marketing plan so we could communicate it, we needed a Karma Yoga program, and all of this was filtered into our social enterprise farm and food forest. So at the end of 2013, we planted the first 1 acre cold climate food forest in Canada. It is intended to be a resource for the community for developing local food security and also for developing ecotourism in the area. And we're currently in the process of creating programs to bring the schools in. Now, on the hero's journey, we always have an obstacle. Ours was a big project. We decided to build a green building project using annualized geosolar as they do at the community house in Invermere. And it was huge. It was a huge project. It was an utterly amazing experience. However, one's never prepared for the obstacle when it arrives. And we had this project going on for 3 years when we include the planning time in total. We were really fortunate to have one skilled builder. Everybody else was unskilled. But they were dedicated and committed and willing to learn. We finished this building ahead of schedule, under budget, and to a very professional level. However, there were definitely times when our project manager didn't think we were going to do it. Now, after an obstacle, there's always a reward, right? We were learning together. That's what we set out to do, to create transformative change and to learn together. So there were 10 of us living on the property, building, working, playing, eating, wanting to kill each other every day. It was a pressure cooker. But the greatest thing was what came out of that was the skills that we developed. We had to learn honest communication skills, interpersonal skills. And now that has led to our signature program, which we have for youth, who come and train in mindfulness and life skills. Just the other day, one of the women said to me, wow, I have never been so engaged in my life. That's one of the fruits of this project. Now, one of the things that really helped us along the way on our hero's journey was we needed something to take us back on the road. So we used the work of Peter Senge, who wrote The Fifth Discipline. And discipline means to learn. We're a learning organization. First, we had to question our mental models. We had to increase our personal mastery, shared vision, team learning, and always coming back to look at systems thinking. Structures define behavior. If something's not working, we needed to come back to the system. Now, discipline sounds harsh, but it means to learn, and it's supposed to be fun. And that's one of our key strategies. It had to be fun. So we kept the fun going. Fact is, we couldn't have done it if we didn't have something that kept us all on track. So we were all practicing mindfulness 6 days a week, and that's what gave us the space and the tools to step back, reflect, and then be able to fully engage with our daily activities. And every hero's journey has a climax. Financial. This is the weakest link in the chain for a spiritual group, yeah? I mean, yeah, we need money, we'll do it for free, and somehow the money will just show up. This was where we really had to pull our socks up and work. We had to improve our relationship with money. We had to look at our mental models and reframe them. We had to study our relationship with them and study what that meant as a group. We were then had to put into question the idea that we give things away for free. We discovered when you give things away for free, people don't value them anyway. So, having really focused on the financials, as a non-profit, you cannot depend on grants and you cannot depend on donations. So we had to get business savvy. The elixir, there's always an elixir in a hero's journey, yeah? So the elixir was the relationships that were developed. Clear Sky exists today because of the fruits of learning and working together with our local community, our members, and with other regional groups. We were the first people in the East Kootenays to have a mortgage with Van City. They helped us reframe the model of making money to making good money. And all of this leads us then to opportunities. So what have I learned? It takes work, and it's worth it. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Now that we've gone full circle, I realize I've had my cake and I'm eating it too, but it's not the cake I thought it was when I started. It's required sacrifice, sweat, blood, tears. We've been able to turn emotional tension into creative tension. They say delayed gratification makes things taste better, doesn't it? If we're here for the long term, then we want to be a resource, not only for our local community, but globally, and for our members and neighbors. So we're now set up for that. We can offer event bookings, we can offer retreats, we can offer mindfulness programs, eco-tours, all of that. What we're doing this fall is offering programs through the college in Cranbook. We're offering a 1-month retreat for meditating in January, and then following on from that, we have a workshop with holistic management practitioner Jeff Goebel in February, looking at how do we create effective and lasting change. I invite anyone and all of you here tonight, if you're here because you want to be a resource for others, let's talk. The only way that we're all going to be part of a hero's journey is if we do it together. Thank you.